Plain hammer, yeah. And it says in here that fabric guide guide fabric into a perfectly straight hem without any project press or pre-pressing. The plain hammer is designed to be used for straight hemming only. You leave one seam of the garment open, and then after finishing the hem, then you sew that seam shut. Okay. And it says that secure the attachment to the table. And we haven't tried this part yet. I'm quite sure that we probably have it lined up all right because she's in the left two needles over here for the narrow cover stitch. And then secure attachment to table, turn under 1/4 inch and press with an iron. Okay, raise the presser foot. We've got it up. With a sewing awl, slide folded fabric under the presser foot to the needle. Well, I haven't got one of those, but I've got this. And if I have to, I'll get out.
Oh, you're so sweet.
And I guess I put this in here like this. Hey, you. Actually, this is cover stitch. Did we ever stitch anything on here? Got to bring a looper thread up first. I just need a scrap of fabric so I can get it up.
Is this okay to use? Like
sure, that'll work. Thank you. Otherwise, we could be in serious trouble.
Yeah, we have a real mess.
Uh-huh.
The first time you thread your machine for a chain or a cover stitch, you want the first time your needles go down to actually hit fabric. Whereas like when you're serging and stuff, you can start the fabric in front. The first time you thread your machine for chain and cover stitch, the needles have to hit fabric right away.
Right.
After that, you can start it in front of the foot and you're fine, but it's just right when you... Is that correct, Alice? The
Right.
First time? Okay.
Exactly.
You mean the very first time?
The very first stitch.
Very first stitch.
Every
after
time you use it. Every time you use
No.
it. Yeah.
Listen to what she said. When the very first time you thread it for a cover stitch or a chain stitch, it's the chain looper where it shoots the thread over here and it's hidden in here. In order to bring that thread up and get it involved in the stitch, you must have fabric under the foot. After that first time, you don't have to be that particular. You can start it out here and take it to the back. On the other hand, if something happens that your chain looper breaks, you're right back to square one. You go ahead and rethread it, and then you put fabric underneath here.
Like a scrap, right? Like a scrap.
So you don't have to have the fabric under the needle after you've done it the first time.
That's right.
Yep.
I thought it had to be every time.
No, it's only the very first
It's
time.
every time you thread it.
Every time you thread
Right.
it.
Yes.
Right.
So in other words, every machine that's set for cover stitch, you need to have your little piece of
That's
fabric.
true, yeah.
I don't care I don't care the manufacturer, what model of machine, nothing. It's true on every machine that has a chain looper on it to get that thread involved in the stitch, because if it didn't go in the little box in here, you'd either thread it through or it would shoot through and you'd leave like about 4 inches hanging down inside the machine. It's always loose, and in order to get that thread up and incorporated in the stitch, you have to start off with fabric.
Do they tell you that anywhere?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they do. That's in the manual that I don't read.
All right. Then I
But
don't
that's why
like
you're going to do better than I do. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that this is stitching on since I knew those threads. Now see, I can stitch now and I have no problem, but it's at the very beginning. Yeah, we're good. Okay.
So if you forever, I thought you had to do it every time.
Right. Okay, slide the fabric into attachment with the wrong side facing up. Well, that's why I couldn't get it. You
that's
got to
why.
go this way, and he's got to go in here.
Yeah.
That's what the story is. Of course. Well, I was doing it right side up, and that wasn't working. And take him back to the needle. Okay, now let's see what happens. We may have to move the fabric or the quilt. Yeah, we do. It puts the cover stitch part of it on the right side of the fabric. But I've got to move the...
So what I didn't understand is why would you want the cover stitch on the right side of the fabric?
If you were doing it for like sportswear or something, you could do it like a decorative
got it.
type
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And this has it folded down here, but I really want to catch it over here on this edge. So that means my needles were here. So that means this guy, just loosen these guys up a bit. We really tightened them. And then move it over this way a bit more, you know, as far as it'll go, so that it can catch the edge of the fabric. That's what these
Yeah, all of those
these
little
things are here
attachments.
to hold, you know. And make sure when we put this one on, and that was right fresh out of the thing, it was a little bit cockeyed, so I had to loosen one of the screws here until I could get it to be straight, because you don't want it sending it in crooked. So I made it straight, and then you can adjust it over here. If you were using, instead of the two left needles, if you were using the center and the right needle, then you would move this over where I had it might have been okay. So that's what that's all about. I don't. How many did we have in here, Alice? We had 14. There's only 8 of us. Let's try it one more time.
It's supposed to turn the fabric on.
No, you're supposed to press it a ½ inch, you know, down or whatever. Or get in there. There. Okay. And you take it all the way up to the needles. And then and I'm not sure, I'm still catching it. I'm closer, but I'm still not there.
It's supposed to catch
So
it, but
maybe-
not turn it under, but this is
Maybe
just the
that's
Right.
actually like about 5/8 of an inch or so pressed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe it's
I
not
think that
exactly a
that
half
could be.
inch.
That could be.
After all, they figured it in metric, and here we are changing it to English.
Oh, well, no, but I used Nancy Siemens' little measure thing, the two-tone green thing, and it's kind of a thick plastic, so once you fold it over that, it can adjust the...
Yeah.
And I'm not used to just laying it down and measuring and playing with it that way. I'll stick it over the thing, so
Yeah.
that could be the problem. But in any case, that's the principle of how...